There was a time in my life where I had stopped chasing my dreams. I had stopped dreaming.
इससे बड़ी खुशी क्या हो सकती है कि that बच्चे जो हैं बिजी हैं.
As long as they're busy with the right things. I mean, बच्चे बहुत दूसरी चीजों में बिजी हो जाते हैं.
क्या कर रहे हो आप भैया ऐसे ऐसा
नहीं इनके लिए नहीं कह रहा हूँ, बच्चों की बात कर रहा हूँ generally.
Hi, this is Shekhar Suman.
Hi, मैं हूँ अध्ययन सुमन and you're watching us on Bollywood Hungama.
It's a huge privilege to have Mr. Shekhar Suman and Adhyayan Suman with us. Adhyayan has come up with the music video Rang Jayee. He has directed the music video and obviously is part of it as well. Pleasure having you guys on Bollywood.
Thank you, Faridoon.
And Faridoon, before you start or begin to say anything or ask or throw any questions, let me thank you. And let me tell you that I'm eternally indebted to you for coming and doing this interview, because I met Mr. Adhyayan Suman after 3 months. He wasn't seen around the house. He was so busy, creating his video that we hardly got to see him. So Alka and I both were complaining when would we get to see him. So when this interview happened, which I shouldn't be a part of because it's his interview, it's he should be just basking in the sunshine. I wonder what I'm doing here, but I just came here so that I could meet my son. So thank you so much.
So apart from the music video, I think he's also doing quite a few web series right now. So I think ये तो अच्छी बात है. I think माँ बाप को तो इससे बड़ी खुशी क्या हो सकती है कि that बच्चे जो हैं busy हैं.
I know. As long as they're busy with the right things. I mean, बच्चे बहुत दूसरी चीजों में busy हो जाते हैं.
क्या कर रहे हो आप भैया ऐसे ऐसा
नहीं इनके लिए नहीं कह रहा हूँ, बच्चों की बात कर रहा हूँ generally. So now he's on with the right thing. I think he's waited patiently for a long time. And I think it's his patience and his perseverance that is finally paying off. A lot of people tend to just go astray or go awry, and they take on things that create huge problems for them and for the family. And I think he stood his ground, and he knew that it would happen sooner or later, and he had to just have that resilience to hang on, and he did that. So we are all very happy that this is his 4th song, and the earlier one and the last 2 ones have done extremely well. I wonder what he was doing, but I think he just knows his mind, and he's walking the right path.
Chase your dreams. So that's the theme of the music video for Rang Jayee. Now, many a times people stop chasing their dreams and they don't realize that how close they were to achieving what they achieved. Like, I think the biggest example is Mr. Bachchan, and it took him quite a few years. Mr. Shekhar Suman, he slogged and slogged. And when he really found his moorings, he became the highest paid television personality. I think it was history, what you managed to do with television.
Yeah, I just got lucky.
No, I don't think so. It was lucky. 22 shows in a month's time for movers and shakers. I'm sure it requires a hell lot of stamina. Tell us, how important is it to just patience?
No, I think it's very, very important. Chase your dreams. गाना बहुत ही करीब है मेरी जिंदगी में, because everything that I do, especially in terms of music, because I've been inspired, I've been motivated, and with Rang Jayee, it talks about chasing your dreams. There was somewhere down the line, there was a time in my life where I had stopped chasing my dreams. I had stopped dreaming, forget even about chasing my dreams. Things that went on personally and professionally in my life. It's been a tough phase. I wouldn't say I was in depression, because it probably just sounds stupid, but I was sad and that things weren't working out for me, and because of my family and my few of my friends, and I just had to come back and I had to come out of it, and that is how sort of Rang Jayee was born. And as you said, that there are so many people out there today who have stopped dreaming, and they feel कि यार आज compromise कर लेते जिंदगी में, यार क्या फर्क पड़ता है, societal pressure or parental pressure कि तुम्हें ये क्यों बनना है, तुम ये 9 to 5 job करो. Not that I disrespect people who do a 9 to 5 job, but people have a lot of dreams, they have passions, but they let go of it, and एक ही जिंदगी है. And I think we should give it all. And Rang Jayee in today's time talks about that. About this boy who is, leading a very monotonous life, wo hi zindagi, and not sort of following his passion. And when he meets the girl, there is no love story. He meets the girl on an app called Happen, and he decides to go on a journey where he finds his voice. And and the girl says, zindagi mein pehla kadam le lo, phir sab kuch aasan ho jayega. Where this boy takes the first step towards life, towards living his dream. And that is a very simple message that talks about in the song. It's not a preachy song. It's a good number. It's a peppy number, but एक हल्का सा message है जो बहुत important है. I feel people should understand today.
I've always found it hugely inspiring for what you've always managed to do right from your early television days. The positive attitude that you have, I think, is hugely contagious. The comedy that you did, and losing your son, and then the same time you were trying to make people laugh. I think it requires a huge amount of courage. And you kept on fighting, and you brought smiles to so many people. How important is it to just maybe flow against the tide and maybe do something which is not obvious? How important is that?
I think it's important to believe in yourself. It's important to never just say it's over and I can't probably go on with life. I think when I lost my son, that was the biggest tragedy that could happen to anybody. I wouldn't wish it on my worst of enemy. It was a catastrophe. And I thought life had come to an end. But you have a family, I have Adhyayan, my wife, my parents, etc. Life has to go on. Sahir Sahab has said in Manire, tu kahe na dheer dhare, koi na sang mare. So no matter what happens, no matter how deep the relationships are, you have to fight it out. You have responsibilities and life has to go on. And I realized that the only way to move on was to work. Movers and shakers just happened to me. Dekh Bhai Dekh and all these. I was also going through very trying times that time. I didn't know, in movies I wasn't getting the right kind of movies which I wanted, and I was like really getting frustrated as an actor what to do when Dekh Bhai Dekh happened, Reporter happened. When Movers and Shakers happened, I had no idea what the hell the show was all about. All I knew that probably I was little inspired by R.K. Lakshman's cartoon. You said it. And I thought that was the common man who was very interesting, who was probably a mute witness to all the things that were going on, and probably he would just say one line about the whole thing that meant a lot. And I thought, what if I play that character and become the common man's representative? And I said, if people heard me, they said, he's saying the right thing, or I wish I had said that. And yes, of course, I do understand. And there is, I relate with what he's saying. And that's how a lot of these things happen. And there are times when you're not even sure that people are going to accept you as an actor, that they're going to accept your work. But I said, if you believe in yourself, and if you have that sincerity, and if you work diligently, then eventually that acceptance comes about. And that's what I did. I just went for it, hammer and tongs. And I said, I have to do it because I had no alternative. As I said, once an actor, always an actor. It's not something that I would probably think of an alternate career, that I would say from tomorrow, I think chalo doctor ban jate hain, or let's become an engineer. It doesn't happen like that, or become an editor in the newspaper. An actor means an actor, and you have to be in your profession and fight it out. That's what we did.
I've been following your career, sir, since Wah Janab.
Oh, okay, all right. That was pretty much when
We
I
used
started.
to Sunday ko aata tha.
Ji.
And we used to look forward to it because it was so entertaining and it was so fresh.
That's because it was written by Sharad Joshi.
Wow.
He was amazing with his writing, and then he had written Fasana Azad. And I remember he came to me where I was doing Utsav, and everybody told me categorically, you are a film actor. Don't think of doing television, it'll destroy you. And I said, I do understand all of that, what you're saying. But how do I say no to Sharad Joshi?
I'm glad that you did not say
I said, no. No matter what happens to my career, I don't care. I'm going ahead and I'm doing it, and I'm happy I did that. Yeah.
No, I think Wah Janab is still fresh in my mind as I'm talking to you right now.
Hi, this is Shekhar Suman.
Hi, मैं हूँ अध्ययन सुमन and you're watching us on Bollywood Hungama.